In a world flooded with endless distractions and constant noise, have you ever stopped to ask yourself, who truly holds the power in your life? Is it you, or is it someone else, quietly shaping your decisions, your emotions, and your actions without you even realizing it? In the next few moments, we will unlock the timeless wisdom of Stoicism to reveal how you can break free from the chains of manipulation, particularly the subtle, often unspoken control exerted by those closest to us. And in doing so, reclaim the control over your own life, your decisions, and your soul. Take a deep breath. The journey we're about to embark on will not only change the way you see yourself, but how you see the world around you. If you're ready to learn how to stop being manipulated, to rise above the emotional currents that seek to pull you under, then stay with me, for the path to freedom begins now. But before we dive deeper, if this resonates with you, if you've ever felt the weight of manipulation in your life, don't forget to hit that like button. It's a small gesture, but it helps keep this wisdom alive and reaches more people like you who are ready to step into their power. And I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you ever felt manipulated in a relationship or by someone you trusted? Type your answer in the comments below. Let's start a conversation. Now let's move forward. What exactly is it that allows someone to manipulate another? Why do we, at times, fall into these traps? The answer isn't simple, and it's hidden in the depths of ancient philosophy, waiting to be rediscovered. When we look back at the teachings of the Stoics, they speak of power, not the power of force or domination, but the power of self-control. The true Stoic understands that nothing outside of them can truly control their destiny, unless they allow it. This is not merely a philosophical ideal. It's a way of living that, when mastered, becomes an impenetrable shield against those who would seek to control us. The ancient Stoics, from Marcus Aurelius to Epictetus, recognized that true strength lies not in the external world, but in our response to it. Today, we find ourselves more vulnerable than ever to subtle forms of manipulation, whether from those we love, from societal expectations, or even from our own emotional impulses. But why is it so difficult to break free from this? Why do we fall victim to manipulation time and time again? The answer lies in our perceptions, in how we view ourselves and the world around us. In this video, I'll walk you through the philosophy that has stood the test of time and show you how you can use it to stop being controlled and start living freely. So I ask you again, are you ready to stop being manipulated? To take control of your thoughts, your actions, and your life? If so, the wisdom of the Stoics awaits you. Let's begin. From the marble halls of ancient Greece to the dusty scrolls of Rome, there existed a current of thought so powerful that emperors and slaves alike found solace in its principles. Stoicism was born amidst the tumult of the Hellenistic age, founded by Zeno of Citium around 300 BCE. Picture the philosopher, shipwrecked off the coast of Athens, discovering a battered copy of Socratic teachings that would ignite a revolution of the mind. Zeno gathered disciples at the Stoa Poikiele, the painted porch, where he taught that true mastery lay in understanding the difference between what we can control and what we cannot. Yet Stoicism was more than an abstract theory. It was a practice, a method for navigating life's most turbulent storms. Epictetus, a former slave, transformed this philosophy into a manual for resilience. He taught that the only real prison is the prison of the mind, and that even chains cannot hold captive the inner citadel of a free spirit. His words echo through time. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, brought Stoicism into the corridors of power. In his Meditations, written between battles and burdens, he recorded the daily struggle to remain tranquil in the face of betrayal, war, and mortality. Imagine the weight of an empire on his shoulders. That burden did not break him. Instead, he turned inward, finding strength in the knowledge that external events are fleeting, but the integrity of one's own reason is eternal. Across centuries, this wisdom endured in hidden manuscripts, whispered in the monastic cloisters of Byzantium, and resurfaced during the Renaissance, when thinkers like Justus Lipsius sought to reconcile classical Stoicism with Christian doctrine. Despite its resurgence, much of this knowledge remained buried, obscured by the noise of populist philosophies and the allure of sensationalism. Why has the art of self-mastery been so easily lost? Because the world prefers distraction over discipline. It profits from our insecurities, our fears, and our willingness to be swayed by emotion. In relationships, especially romantic ones, this manipulation takes subtle forms: a smile that ensnares, a word that wounds, a promise that binds. The Stoics warn us, those who aim to control your perceptions, your judgments, or your desires are wielding power over your psyche. But now, in this moment, we stand at a crossroads. We can continue to wander in the labyrinth of emotional manipulation, forever at the mercy of forces beyond our control. Or we can reclaim the lost art of Stoic sovereignty, rediscover the ancient techniques that taught emperors and slaves to rule their inner worlds. In the next section, we will begin to dismantle the mechanisms of manipulation, applying the Stoic distinction between what is up to us and what is not. We will learn how to guard our perceptions and fortify our minds against those who seek to influence us. The path won't be easy, but like every worthy journey, it begins with a single step. From the moment we wake, our minds are under siege. Every glance, every word, every gesture from others subtly nudges our perceptions. To break free, the Stoic sage first masters the art of perception, dichotomy of control. This principle draws an unbreakable line between what lies within our power, our thoughts, judgments, and intentions, and what does not, the words and actions of others. Once we embrace this distinction, we dim the puppet strings that others hold over us. Imagine your mind as a fortress. At its gates stand two sentries: perception and action. Perception determines which messages are allowed through. Action decides how you respond. When a manipulative word or gesture looms at the gate, the sentry of perception evaluates: is this within my control? If not, the message is quarantined, stripped of its power to wound. You then choose your response with clear intention, guided by virtue rather than impulse. Consider the tale of Cato the Younger, who stood unyielding against the tides of corruption in Rome. In the face of demagoguery, he refused to let public opinion sway his convictions. If praise or blame fell upon him, he saw them as passing shadows, unable to touch the marble of his character. We too can cultivate such resilience by asking at every moment, is this within my power? And if not, letting it pass like smoke through our fingers. But how do we train the sentries of perception and action? Through mindful reflection and daily exercises. Each evening, spend a few moments journaling. Recall moments where you felt emotionally hijacked. Identify the triggers. Was it a critical remark? A deceptive compliment? Then, reframe the event through Stoic eyes. I cannot control her words, but I can control my judgment. In doing so, you unravel the emotional grip held over you. Next, practice the art of premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. Visualize the scenarios where manipulation might occur. A partner's guilt-laden apology, a lover's subtle demand. Imagine yourself responding with calm, clarity, and equanimity. By rehearsing these moments in your mind's theater, you prepare your fortress for any breach. Finally, anchor yourself to the inner citadel, the core of your being that remains untouched by external forces. When you're in conversation and feel a pull, silently repeat a Stoic mantra, I am the master of my mind. Feel the walls strengthen, the air within your fortress still and serene. These practices are the groundwork. They awaken your awareness to the invisible strings that others pull. Yet a stronger elixir awaits in the deeper currents of Stoic philosophy, where hidden paradoxes and advanced techniques lie. In the next section, we will journey further into the mysteries, unearthing the metaphors that will transform your understanding and fortify your soul. From the surface, Stoicism may seem rigid, a set of unyielding rules, yet within its depths lies a rich reservoir of paradox and subtlety. At the heart of this paradox is the notion of amor fati, the love of one's fate. Stoics didn't merely endure hardship, they embraced it as a catalyst for growth. To be free from manipulation, we must learn to love not only life's joys but also its trials. In relationships, this means welcoming honest confrontation over deceitful calm. Many fall into the trap of believing that harmony equals health. They avoid conflict, hoping smooth waters will protect their hearts. But the Stoics teach us that the bamboo bends in the storm and does not break. True harmony arises not from avoiding tension, but from dancing with it. When a partner's words cut deep, instead of recoiling, we can lean in, uncover the lesson, and emerge stronger. Let's address a common myth, that Stoic detachment leads to coldness or apathy. This is a grave misunderstanding. The Stoic sage feels deeply, but chooses the direction of those emotions. Like a master painter blending pigments, we can use passion without being consumed by it. When someone tries to manipulate with guilt or shame, a Stoic responds with compassion, forging a bridge of understanding rather than a wall of resentment. Hidden within the meditations of Marcus Aurelius is an advanced technique, the view from above. Close your eyes and envision your life as a tapestry beneath you, each thread representing relationships, challenges, and triumphs. From this vantage, personal slights and manipulations shrink into insignificance. You become the weaver, not the woven. This cosmic perspective dissolves the power others hold over you. Another secret lies in role ethics, the understanding that every individual, including yourself, carries multiple roles: friend, partner, parent, or colleague. Each role comes with its own duties and expectations, yet none define your essence. When manipulation arises within a specific role, you address it within that context, without letting it seep into your core identity. Consider a partner who wields affection as a bargaining chip. The Stoic recognizes this dynamic and reframes it as an opportunity for honest dialogue. Instead of reacting to the maneuver, you step into your role as a communicator, stating your needs with clarity. I value your love, but I will not trade my peace for it. In mastering your roles, you remain sovereign in every relationship. Lastly, let's uncover a little-known insight from Epictetus, the concept of assent. Every impression that enters your mind demands your assent to take hold. By withholding assent, by pausing before saying yes to an emotional impulse, you break the chain of manipulation. You gain the power to choose which impressions shape your inner world. With these advanced techniques, amor fati, view from above, role ethics, and deliberate assent, you hold the keys to dismantle manipulation's hidden engines. In the next section, we'll bring these principles into the realm of daily life, offering practical exercises to transform your mindset and fortify your inner citadel. Begin each morning with a shield of serenity ritual. Before rising, spend 1 minute in bed, visualizing a translucent barrier forming around you. A shield that allows positive intentions in and repels manipulative impulses. Whisper to yourself, "Only what I control may touch my mind." This simple act programs your subconscious to guard against undue influence throughout the day. Next, integrate micro-reflections into your routine. Set a timer on your phone for 3 intervals: mid-morning, afternoon, and early evening. When it rings, pause whatever you're doing and ask, what thoughts or emotions are present? Which are mine, and which were imposed? Label each external impulse. That comment triggered guilt, or that text provoked impatience. Then let it go. This practice hones your ability to distinguish self-generated feelings from external manipulations. In conversations, especially with someone who tends to manipulate, employ the Stoic pause. When you feel an emotional tug, count silently to 5 before responding. Use that moment to recall the dichotomy of control. Her words are outside my power. My reaction is mine alone. Respond deliberately, with measured calm, rather than reflexive emotion. Over time, this pause becomes second nature, eroding the influence of manipulative tactics. For deeper work, maintain a citadel journal. Each evening, record 1 moment when you successfully resisted manipulation and 1 moment when you faltered. Reflect on the triggers, your response, and how you can strengthen your practice. Gradually, patterns emerge, guiding you toward greater mastery of your inner world. Pair these exercises with the premeditatio malorum visualization. Once a week, dedicate 10 minutes to imagine potential scenarios of manipulation, an emotional ultimatum, a guilt-laden confession, or a seductive promise. Visualize yourself navigating each scenario with equanimity, wielding the Stoic tools you've learned. This rehearsal cements your readiness for real-life encounters. Finally, cultivate an anchor habit, a physical gesture or phrase that grounds you in the present moment. It could be pressing your thumb to your forefinger while inhaling deeply, or softly saying, "I am free." Whenever you notice a manipulative pull, use your anchor to snap back into your center. Through these daily rituals, morning shields, micro-reflections, Stoic pauses, journaling, and anchor habits, you transform abstract philosophy into lived reality. You train your mind to perceive with clarity, to respond with purpose, and to remain sovereign no matter who stands before you. As the sun sets on this exploration, pause for a moment and reflect. You have journeyed from the marble porches of ancient Athens to the hidden chambers of your own mind. You have uncovered the Stoic distinctions between what you can and cannot control. Rehearse defenses against manipulation and learn to wield paradox as strength. But knowledge alone does not transform. It is in your daily choices, your conscious pauses, and your unwavering commitment to inner freedom that true change takes root. Remember Cato standing firm against a sea of voices, Epictetus forging wisdom in chains, and Marcus Aurelius writing his meditations amid the clamor of empire. Their legacy lives within you, a lineage of resilience and sovereignty. Every time you choose to pause, to journal, to shield your mind, you honor that tradition and carve your own path of empowerment. So I leave you with this final thought. Manipulation thrives in the shadows of our unawareness. Shine the light of your conscious mind upon every word, every gesture, and you will see the strings for what they are. Threads of illusion, powerless before the citadel of your reason. Now I invite you to take action. If this video has sparked a flame of realization, share your experience in the comments below. What ritual will you start tomorrow to guard your mind? And if you found value in these ancient secrets, give this video a like and subscribe for more wisdom that transforms. Walk forward with the shield of Stoic sovereignty held high. The world may try to pull at your strings, but you have learned to stand untethered, a master of your fate. Until next time, remain vigilant, remain free, and remember, to control the self is to command the world.